Hi everyone, it is Brittany from Green Bee Flowers. There's a lot of flowers in our basement, which is exciting because we have the market coming up this weekend. We have our flower subscriptions. We have lots to work with. So I will show you what we are doing for bouquets. So for our flower subscribers, I ordered in a bunch of these really beautiful garden style Ontario roses. So we're actually going to be putting these into bouquets with some of these sunflowers from the plot of sunflowers that reseeded themselves at the old drive plot. So these are hybrids. I think the branching brown ones, we usually plant those every year. And then whatever pro cuts we had in there. So there was a lot of bees hanging out in that field last year. We didn't do proper cleanup, and so a whole bunch of those sunflowers reseeded themselves, but they were a nice surprise and give us early sunflowers for our July flower subscribers. So that is really, really exciting. Next up, we have local Queen Anne's lace. My Amni's not quite ready yet, so this I got from another flower grower close to us, so this is really fun. It's going to add a lot of whimsy. And I know that the general consensus on bachelor's buttons is sometimes like, well, it's only bachelor's buttons, but I'm kind of loving the bachelor's buttons. I think they're beautiful. And these dark purple ones have been really, really, really popular with the customers. Halftime here, we changed the studio around again. So now we got a long table to work on this side, which is not where the tables used to be. And on the other side of the studio, which is where the tables used to be, there's shelves. And we have more light, which I think was already there last time. And also, as of 10 seconds ago, we have an air conditioner. We noticed very quickly that it was getting pretty warm down here, and we need to start doubling this area for flower storage until the walk-in cooler gets built. So AC unit came downstairs, which means now we're gonna have to solve the heat problem in the garage studio, but that is future Brittany's problem and future Caitlin's problem, but mostly it's future husband's problem. Not my current husband's future problem. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, we also have all of these really lovely Potomac snapdragons, which have been starting to come off. Actually, like really decent stem length. Oh, it just keeps going. So these are going to be going into the subscription bouquets as well. Like a couple of these stems, probably like 3 or 4, because we have so many snapdragon. Next up, we have mixed Bennery Delphinium, and this I'm really excited about. So we've never grown Delph before. This is a first for this year, and the crop of Delph is honestly, it's so gorgeous. I had to laugh because of the last farmer's market. My girls were texted me and told me that one of the other vendors at the market, who thinks she's selling like cut flowers, but really she goes and harvests ditch lilies. Story for another time. She came up to my girls and said something along the lines of, I don't grow flowers that are poisonous because I have livestock. Okay. Why is your livestock eating delphinium? But anyways, just a reminder that delphinium is not pet friendly because it is in fact poisonous. However, it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And so these are going to be going into our subscription bouquets, and they will get a disclaimer with them. So next up, we have this gorgeous Tetra Feverfew. Oh, it's so cute. They're so pretty. Okay, anyways, a few stems of these are going in. We also have the Cosmos. The Cosmos is without a doubt one of my favorite crops every year. I cannot believe how many of these we sell to florists and to our wholesaler, and I absolutely love them. I think they're a great flower. I think that they're super whimsical and they add a lot of beauty to a bouquet. Just a reminder, if you are cutting Cosmos, this is a little wet stage where you want to get them, right? When they're blown open like this already, you can see like the inside's been pollinated. So this one will put in because it actually has a second bud on the stem. This is like the very last stage that you want to harvest them in. This bloom is just starting to open. It hasn't been pollinated yet, but it is not dead. It is actually on its way. It's on its way to looking super pretty. So it'll look like this one. It's so cute. We also have these really lovely poppy pods from our double Shirley poppies. Now I could save the seeds on these. Like, to be honest, these are definitely just gonna reseed where I had them last year. But I think these are such a fun little je ne sais quoi. I'm in a mood today. I've been doing paperwork all day, so this is a nice break. They're fun to point with too. You can't see me, but let's make the bouquet. Oh, they're so beautiful. I should start keeping tallies of how many times I say that in a video.
We're on number 30.
I can't move the roses. So we're gonna turn all of this into something beautiful. All right, so let's not forget that we gotta hand tie bouquet method this. Now we haven't done this in a while. The last thing I forgot to show you is I always like to have some Israel ruscus on hand, cause it's pretty. So, hand tie bouquet method. So I'm gonna start off with a snapdragon, right? We're always crossing stems over each other. I don't know why I'm talking like that. So don't forget, when we're doing our hand tie bouquet method, you're going to cross your stems over. I usually do a few to start. Pick some good ones, right? Cross your stems over, turn. At this point, I'm gonna put in my focal, or one of them, I guess. Cross your stems, turn. This is probably not the way I usually turn. Cross your stem. Right. Put a couple more stems in, turn your bouquet. Turn your bouquet. Ooh, looks nice, don't it? Gives it like lots of height. Right. The nice thing about this method is if you don't like a placement of something, you can always pull it out and move it. Turn your bouquet. So like right now, I really don't like where this is, so I'm gonna move it. It's gonna go back there. I kind of want the sunflower to be the first thing people see. Now, this Queen Anne's lace is quite large, so we're actually gonna trim that down. I'm gonna stick that kind of back in there. Reading it nice. See how my stems are all crisscrossed at the bottom. Crisscrossy applesauce. There we go. Gonna add in another Cosmo. Turn my bouquet. Another Cosmo. And a poppy seed, because why not? And then one more lovely stem of feverfew to just kind of balance stuff out. There we go. So these are what the subscription bouquets are looking like this month. I think they're really pretty. So now we'll get that cut and packaged.
Oh, the delphinium looks so cool.
Right?
I haven't seen it open yet.
Had to add more bachelor's buttons because you can never have too many bachelor's buttons. We have no shortage of bachelor's buttons. So lovely. Now we would value these bouquets around $40, right? Snapdragons are a couple dollars a piece. Queen Anne's lace is usually about $2. Delphinium is anywhere between like $3 to $6. This is like giant delph, so if I was buying this from the wholesaler, it would be about $2 a stem. So, you know, mark it up to resell it. Garden roses are probably the most expensive in here just because I did bring those in. And then if you are charging, you know, less than $3 a piece for your sunflowers, that is wrong. So then to wrap our bouquets, remember we're going to fold our piece of paper up a little bit. I'm gonna set the bouquet down. I always like to make sure that one of my focals is in the front. It's what the customer sees first. And then we're gonna wrap over and over. I'm gonna take our stapler, I'm gonna come down a little bit, making sure that you're feeling underneath to make sure that you're not actually getting any flowers in there. Stapling it up. And then whatever branding you use, we use stickers. If you use business cards, you can attach that either there or around the base if you're hand tying them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are the subscription bouquets. So, it is now Friday. We are getting ready for the market. The flower subscriptions and the deliveries have already gone out this morning, and we have a lot of flowers again. So, I did still bring in some floral from our wholesalers, but they're so good because they bring me local mums. And then we have a really great grower actually right here in Strathroy with Elstromeria. Now, their business is called Railside Flowers. They have been growing Elstromeria for a lot of years, and it is some of the best Elstromeria grown in Ontario, right here in my hometown, which is awesome. So it's such a cool flower. I never really used to like Elstromeria, but it just provides like a nice little surprise in the bouquets, especially when the florets open, because you never know exactly like what color you're gonna get on the inside. This one will be primarily white, but it'll have a little bit of like a purpley blush, kind of like lavender on the edges as it opens. So pretty. And Elstro, if you've never used Elstromeria before, it lasts a really long time, like 3 weeks almost in a vase. So these are always a fan favorite in our bouquets. We always work in our market bouquets, our subscription bouquets, basically all the bouquets we put together to make sure that there are flowers that will kind of continue to bloom over the course of a few weeks. I know that sometimes people like to make sure, you know, that their bouquets are dead within the 7 days, but I always like to make sure that, you know what, when the customers are coming back the following week, they're able to put fresh flowers in with some of what they bought the previous week, and because it makes your bouquet feel fuller, right? So you keep adding to it. So Elstro is great for that. And the other fun local goodies that we get, so these are also grown in Canada. These are from Pine Ridge Gardens. Beautiful, beautiful gerberas. We use these for our market bouquets. We'll also use these for the mason jars, and they are also extremely popular. And then last but not least, my absolute favorites. So these kind of hot, oh, they're coming off red in the video, but these are actually like a hot pink garden rose, Ontario grown. So red in the
Pink.
They are, look, they're hot pink.
Oh, like deep in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, that's not hot.
Yeah. I promise they're not red. See? Look, they're like hot pink in the center. Oh, I'm an annoying YouTuber, I am. So we got lots of really great stuff to make bouquets with this year. And then of course, right, all of the flowers, this whole stash of nonsense back here is all stuff that we've harvested from our own farms and gardens. So the only thing about Ontario roses is that the growers don't usually take the spikes off, so they kind of hurt. So you have to you gotta get them. You gotta hold them in the right spot, which is usually up by where like the first set of leaves under the bud starts. Now, I do have a stem stripper, but it's not very good for roses, and the middle ones are always sold out. Instead, we just gonna trim. So we take off the leaves. Owie, 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 owie. Don't prick yourself, and then we go down with our snips and take off all of the roses. Take a while to process. But the nice things about having them grown locally is that Canada has much stricter rules around pesticide use, and so I feel much better about touching these with my bare hands. The film that I can feel on like imported roses, the chemicals that they're sprayed with, is not on these roses, and so I don't get the same like filminess to my hands, whereas it's like that double style, like David Austin looking garden rose, right? Like, so part of the challenge, if you are a Canadian and you are watching our channel, you know that Rogers was a service, and so we are currently making bouquets and arrangements on that day. But part of the problem is the internet being down, is we have to come up with a different system for branding. I don't mind it, but it's not our standard brand. I would like to have a stamp made for that. This is what we used to use for our Old Honey business, the stamp for the bags, and then we just bought one of those things from like the Staples Business Depot, the stamp that you're supposed to, put your address on. So there we go, all pretty. Did I forget to take footage of me doing the wedding bridal bouquet? Yeah, I did. That's okay though. Now Jen's here. She's helping with things, and I'm just taping up the base of the bridal bouquet before we tie the ribbon on. But this bride wanted all white, so I did end up bringing in some roses for her. But everything else is grown in this country, which is really cool. Are there any flowers in here grown by us? Yes, there is. And it is just the delphinium. That's okay though. So when I make bridal bouquets, I know that a lot of times, florists will be like, tip the bouquet forward, right? You're gonna not hold the bouquet up like here, and you step back to this. You hold the bouquet down, around there. I tend to not make them so that you have to spend all day doing this. I like to make them so that the focal is just very comfortably right there. And that way the bride doesn't have to get sore arm. But I'm quite in love with these. Oh, it's so lovely. Hold it out where you would hold it, Jen. It's pretty. This is Jen's first time doing bridal bouquets, so she is tackling all of the maids' bouquets, and I think she's done a great job.
Yay. I like the Susian.
Yes, our bips and bobs, which is technically weed flower. So it is market day. Nick's rolling his eyes, and we're just getting everything loaded up. So we have all of these really beautiful bouquets. We also have these crates with the mason jars. And I think that the girls did a really beautiful job. So hopefully they move a lot of flowers at the market this week, because last week's market was not our very best. That's okay. It was the July long weekend, and I don't always find that that is a big sales weekend for us, but people kind of seem to be coming back from holidays now, as our studio's also been busier this week. So hopefully we sell lots. The only person in the world whose internet hasn't come back yet?
Apparently.
45 bouquets going to the market today and 18 mason jars, which is a little bit less than that, but... So it's Sunday afternoon. The market yesterday was really slow. It was actually probably one of our poorest sales days. In a couple of years, and a lot of it I actually accredit to the fact that people are finally able to take holidays now after COVID. So there's just a lot of people are away. Now that said, we've had a few sales in the studio today, so it'll all balance out at the end of the day. It's just frustrating to not see those numbers be as high as you want them to. However, still flowers to harvest, so we're back out in the field, and we are hooking up more drip irrigation and doing a harvest. So we'll be actually at both farms. So here's some video of all the pretty things we're cutting. Helping out, kid? so pretty. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, damn it again. Shit.